Kitta punya tejena kama rupa gatin gato bhavaggatampi sampatto punagachanti duggati. This is the parts of that stanza. This stanza says something very important. I'll tell you briefly. Shifting by the merits, one will go up to the end of this universe, end of this world space. That means you know about 31 planes. Among these 31 planes, end means last immaterials Brahma world. From human world, if you accumulate merits to the heavens or the five material Brahma world or immaterial Brahma world, the last one, the highest one, be known as Neva Sanya, Nasanya Yatana. Even though one shift up to that level, at the highest meritorious level, when the merit is over, he will come back to the suffering plane, suffering place. Therefore, in this discourse, Blessed One explained, knowing that the intelligent people practice and develop wisdom by both way, tranquility and insight, samatha and vipassana, then stop this wandering, stop this shifting from life to life. Hello my Dhamma friends, welcome to my next video. Let's follow the Buddha's path. In today's video, I'm going to tell you about root out the action, kamma pahana, root out the actions. First of all, let's start with homage to the Blessed One. Namo te purisa janya, Namo te purisuttama, Namo te purisa tulya, Namo te purisa sabba, Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Still we are discussing on the discourse on roots. Only we explain about wholesome and unwholesome meaning of that, how such actions arise, that means origins of the actions, and then effect for such actions, effect for the wholesome actions, what will be the effects, and effect for the unwholesome actions, what will be the effects, for the wholesome unpleasant effects, unpleasant rebirth, for the wholesome pleasant effects in any rebirth and pleasant rebirth. But linking of the rebirth cycle, endless rebirth cycle, is suffering. Therefore, we should know how to root out. We link from life to life by the roots, by the action, what we have done. So we should know how to root out this action, then only we can see the real happiness. So here we are going to explain the way of root out. We explain about the root, 6 roots, 3 wholesome roots and 3 unwholesome roots. Can you remember? 3 unwholesome roots are greed, hatred and delusion. Lobha, Desha, Moha arise in our mind according to the deeds, according to the speech and according to the thoughts. Because of the roots, deeds, speech and thoughts arise. Because of the deeds, speech and thought, that means bodily actions, verbal actions and thought, roots arise. These roots from life to life accumulates more and more actions and bind into the unlimited, endless rebirth and re-death cycle. So if we root out, only will be safe, we can be safe from this danger. How to remove it? How to root out it? When we want to destroy or overcome from something, almost always we think about opposites of that things. As example, when it is dark, we use light to overcome darkness. When it is too cold, we warm up surrounding us using something to overcome the coldness. When it is hotness, we use coldness to overcome hotness. When something bitter, we use sweet to overcome bitterness. According to this, we can root out these actions if we think about opposites of that. Blessed One used that procedure. How these roots, wholesome and unwholesome roots, arise? Because of our perceptions as compactness means we don't see the reality, we always realize as compact groups. Example, oneself, others, that means living things, my parents, my sisters and brothers, my teacher, my son, my relatives, my friends, my enemy, my pets. Likewise, and non-living things, my belongings, my house, my vehicle, my clothes, my garlands, my garden, likewise, compactness. So, attachments or attachments, so attachments arise. Sometimes because of attachments, hatred arise. All these two arise because of delusions. If you can see, if you can see reality, we will not see the compacts. We will not see as compacts the objects. Then know these roots, know these attachments, greed. Commentary explain it, telling about three universal characters. What is it? Universal characters mean you know already. Impermanence, suffering, and non-self, anicca, dukkha, anattma. These three characters called universal characters. Commentary shows the relationships between roots and universal characters. When there's a greed, the greedy mind inclined to the object and enjoy. So it's covered impermanent situations of the object. The hatred mind covered the impermanent situations of the object. The hatred mind covered the suffering situations of the object. Here, suffering situation means not mere unpleasant feeling. He mentions about changing, always changing what? Materials and mental, all the conditional thing. We call it sankhara, living or non-living things, every momently changing. It's called anicca, impermanent. Because of impermanent, it's suffering. Here mentioned about that suffering, not unpleasant feeling. Then delusion. Because of delusions, mind covered with foolishness, so cannot see the non-self situation of the objects. With the deluded mind, we cannot see the reality, we cannot see the real nature of the objects. Only by the wisdom we can see it. From greedy mind covered the impermanent situations of the object. From hatred mind covered the suffering situations of the object. From by greedy mind covered the impermanent situations of the object. By hatred mind covered the suffering situations of the object. By deluded mind covered the non-self situations of the objects. Non-self situations of the objects. To root out, we should see the real nature, these impermanent sufferings and non-self situations of any objects. For this purpose, we have to train our mind. We should train our mind to see this, because we have a lot of experience in this long samsara about permanence, pleasurable and self situations. Now we have to train our mind to see the opposite, then only we can see the reality, nature. For that purpose, we have to break the compactness. We have to think individual things. That means we have to think ultimate reality, ultimate. We have to see the ultimate reality of the mind and the matter. When we see the ultimate reality, only we can break the compactness, then only we can see the real nature. For that purpose, we have to practice insight meditations, but we cannot practice insight meditation. It is not easy with the busy mind. It's not easy with the busy mind. So we have to calm down our mind. To calm down our mind, we have to practice tranquility meditations. Then to practice this both tranquility and insight, we have to prepare our surroundings. By virtue, we have to ready to practice such virtuous life. We have to do good things. We have to avoid from bad. We have to avoid all the evil. We should make our mind happy always, then only we can do this thing. So to root out the wholesome as well as unwholesome, we have to practice insight. That means we should see the impermanent, non-self and suffering situations of all the objects. For that purpose needs wisdom. So I wish you, may you have power to develop these all things. Making surrounding, preparing surrounding for practice wholesome things, avoid unwholesome, and develop concentration by practicing tranquility meditation, and develop wisdom by practice insight meditation. Okay, I think enough for today. May you have long life and good health. May your all good wishes successful.
කිත්තා පුඤ්ඤතේජේන කාමරූප ගතින් ගතා භවග්ගතම්පි සම්පත්තා පුනා ගච්ඡන්ති දුක්ගතින් තාවදී ගායුකා සත්තා චවන්ති ආයුසංඛයා නත්ති කෝචි භවෝ නිච්චෝ ඉති බුත්තං මහේසිනා තස්මාහි ධීරා නිපකා නිපුනා අත්ථ චින්තකා ජරා මරණ මුක්ඛාය භාවින්ති මග්ගමුත්තමං භාවයිत्वा සුචින් මග්ගං නිබ්බානෝ ගදගාමිනං සබ්බස්වේ පරිඤ්ඤාය පරිනිබ්බන්ති අනාසවා.